Hey everybody, what's up? We are here with a timeless reading. If there's one major zodiac that's standing out to me, I will label the reading for them. That's so funny. I'm seeing Libra come out here. Got something Libra related. I'm seeing Aquarius on the bottom of the deck. I'm hearing in truth and light. Maybe this is like some sort of energy that you're bringing to something. Can be. Yeah, look at you marching ahead with something here. So, justice has to do with a lot of things. Justice is connected with the sign of Libra. Libra is about the scales. It's about balancing. It's about justice, it's about righteousness. It can have to do with like law and government and those sorts of things. It can be about, you know, because it's about justice in that way, it's kind of like our code of what we may feel like is right or wrong, if that's something that we believe in, and about how we want to go living our lives based off of that. And so when justice comes out, it's usually an indicator that something is going to be brought into balance that may not have necessarily been in balance before. It can even be like a restoration of some sort. I am seeing the Knight of Wands here, so this can mean like really moving through something with the intention of like bringing balance about, of like that's why one is being motivated here. So it can be like, I'm going to go in this direction to make this thing right, or to bring about more balance, or like even if I didn't make that mess, like I'm gonna go there and correct it. So it's like our own way of sort of making the world right again in a way that we feel sort of called to. And so whether this be in like an interaction or an interpersonal relationship of ours, or in a bigger sense, it's about us going forward with that intention in mind. Because I feel like Libra and justice is sort of associated with kind of like how we think it ought to be and how we go about doing things connected with that. I am seeing Eight of Pentacles. It seems like something that you've sort of been tending to. I'm seeing the Lovers here. With this Lovers card, I get the vibe of like feeling, maybe hoping to see eye to eye with somebody. See how they're facing one another? Seeing eye to eye? Even their little hands. I know it's not called hands. What is it? I'm like hearing tentacles. I know that that's not right either. Why am I? Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Y'all know what I mean. Their little arms are reaching for one another. They're super delicate, so I know it's kind of hard to see on screen. But yeah, they're sort of like facing one another like eye level. So it feels like maybe getting eye level with somebody, like seeing where they're seeing from, or you guys sort of seeing from the same perspective, something that you want to share with this person. I feel like it's a desire to be like closer, maybe even through an understanding of something. To have the Eight of Pentacles before this, it feels like this feels like a relationship that you've been in, that you've been investing in and showing up for. So even something that's been standing for a while definitely is something established, for sure. Your connection with this person, or this thing that you're doing as well. For those of you that this is not a relationship, this can be like moves that you're making and things that you're doing that you feel very inspired to do and very passionate about, because we have the Knight of Wands here. So it can be about like doing that thing that you feel like you are meant to be doing, that you've been doing. And with the Lovers here, there can be a sense of like love and compassion for what it is that you're happening, or like doing it for the sake of love in some sense, or like caring. So it can be about maybe like bridging a gap of some sort. restoring balance. I feel again like it's this desire, no matter what this pursuit is being applied to, of maybe getting like one side of things and the other side of things to be eye level with one another, whether this be like two people or a bigger movement than that. Yeah, I'm seeing this again. Like we have Justice, which is the scales of balance. Then we have Six of Pentacles here, which again is like balance. It's like what's on one side, what's on the other side. Are those scales balanced? And then the Lovers here too. It's like that, the one thing that's broken into two, but that are connecting with one another. So there's this desire to like even show up and give. Something can be being broken down too, because Justice can be about like working out that, like what is enough versus what's not enough. Like what do I need to come to the table with? But wanting to do so in a balanced way where it's like not over giving and not coming with nothing. It's about the in-between. And also that same thing happening on the other side of things as well. There can be fears that this won't happen. Having Six of Pentacles and having the Nine of Swords come after, it can be like, I know that this is my goal and this is what I'm trying to do here, but I don't know if that's gonna happen. So there can be like worries about that, or like fixating on this, thinking about it a lot, or even just getting like really lost in your thoughts about this. Maybe something even that you're obsessing over, some of you. But this, like the way that this Nine of Swords is coming off, I don't know if like all of it is like necessarily fear-based. It feels more so like thinking about all of the possibilities. I get the vibe of like your head being very full and very busy, and like a lot of thoughts about this particular thing. And it has to do with reciprocity in some sense. Fairness, balance. I'm hearing saving all my love for you. It's a song. I don't think that I know any of the other lyrics. I'm just hearing that line come through. I'm seeing the Four of Pentacles. Okay, I'm just seeing a couple things coming too fast right now. So with Six of Pentacles and Nine of Swords, if this, let's say that this has to do with like a relationship of yours, okay, with you and somebody else, there can be this fear of like, the way that I'm seeing this, it's like, am I gonna be able to like bring to the table something that's enough for them? especially too because like starting off with Justice, which is connected with Libra, which is connected with Venus because Venus rules Libra, which comes down to our values, especially within our interpersonal relationships, because Venus and especially Libra, it's related to our partnerships. So like values, again, like within our relationships. So somebody here that you're connecting with, just an example, because it doesn't only have to be just between two people here, but for this example particularly, it can be like, am I like bringing enough when I come to the table? Like, are we compatible with one another? And it may not only be about what you can bring, but like, can we bring things mutually enough to one another, and like focusing and fixating so much on that. So I feel almost like you may not have seen something physically playing out yet, but you're thinking so much about it. It's like instead of, I feel like you could wait to watch the episode in real time, but like in your head right now, you're sort of playing all of these different scenarios here. It's like, it could go this way, it could go that way, it could go this other way over here. Like how I'm seeing this, it's like thought after thought after thought, like this episode and this episode and this episode, and it's all just like different versions of the same episode. And how this person is like gazing off over here, it's like there's a very particular theme here. Like I'm seeing it be the same episode over and over and over and over again that's just being thought about. And then having Four of Pentacles can be like scared to even make a move because you don't know. But I feel like this is there's overthinking that's happening here rather than taking action and doing something. And it seems like that's also why the Knight of Wands is here too. It's like, get outside of yourself, get out of your head and do something here. So it's an encouragement to not just like stay stuck and stay frozen. Because Four of Pentacles can be like, I'm just gonna hunker down here. And I'm not gonna move, or I'm not gonna put myself out there. I'm not gonna do this thing because like it's safe over here while I'm not doing anything. Because then things will at least stay frozen where they are. So it can be like behaving in a manner that's like even too reserved at times. Can indicate that, among other things. But it can also be like, I don't want to give it and have it not be enough and then feel like I gave that away and then don't have it anymore. That can also be the vibe too. You know, of like not wanting your efforts to be lost on this other person. But I will say this, like having Justice and having Six of Pentacles and having Knight of Wands, the suggestion from your guides is to like move forward, like you're ready to move forward, because I'm seeing you be in a space where it would be a very like balanced effort that you would be making. Like I'm seeing you be like pretty grounded, you've thought about this, it's about moving forward and not getting stuck in your head and like freezing here. Because I'm almost seeing there like this resistance is building, but it's because like the energy is getting blocked up and like you're meant to be expressing that. Like movement is called for here with you and this person. Yeah, like I don't know what exactly the situation is between you guys, but I'm getting that, like, I don't know how a lot of energy has been put into this, but I'm seeing it's like a tree at this point, your relationship with this person. It's not like a little seedling or anything like that. I'm seeing something that like has weight to it here energetically. But I don't know what the relationship looks like currently between you and this person, but I'm seeing like a lot of weight be there. But then coming down to this Six of Pentacles is interesting because it's like if all of that weight is already assigned to the relationship, meaning like energetically a lot of focus has been like put onto the relationship, so it's like a very material thing, like it's a very real thing. Then we come over here to the Six of Pentacles and it's like But does it work? Like, do we have what the other one wants or what the other one needs? So it's like kind of bizarre that that would be something that's being questioned now and figured out now, because you would have thought that this would have been something that was established like maybe a while ago within the relationship. Like, I almost feel like something is like happening backwards almost. Because you would think that like Six of Pentacles would come before the Eight of Pentacles. Because Six of Pentacles is like, okay, both of us are showing up and doing our job and like exchanging the way that we need to, and we're both like about it. And then Eight of Pentacles is like continuing to do that every day. But rather, because the Eight of Pentacles is coming out first, it feels like we're continuing to like maybe do something every day and tend to this every day, but we still don't know this like really important thing about like the give and take in some way, or about the expectations in some way, or about like our values and whether or not they're compatible with one another, like that sort of thing. So it's almost like maybe an unconventional situation here. But maybe even this is something that already works, it just hasn't been finally like pointed out or discussed. So that's also too why it feels like almost a little bit funny that one would be so like preoccupied and worried and focused on like, do we have like this particular type of exchange with one another, when it looks like things have been happening all along between you and this person. So I wonder too, like what's encouraged this to be like popping up now. Like maybe there's a shift of some sort. Maybe it just feels like it's time, like you're in that space now to bring this up. Maybe something is relevant now between you guys that wasn't before too. That can be a thing as well. Meaning maybe you had one type of relationship with this person and you guys have connected in a very particular way with one another, and maybe something else is happening now. Meaning maybe it was like platonic before and now it's turning like romantic in some way. There's like some sort of change that it seemed like things were fine the way that they were moving around before, and now something has changed that seems like it's creating a like concern or a worry or a lot of mental focus from you at this point, trying to figure something out. Because up here it looks like the relationship is figured out, but then over here it's like, but is it actually? And no, because there's something like unknown here that you're trying to like sort through. So it does feel like something shifted or something changed. Because like, why is this popping up all of a sudden? This is so wild. Like just this sort of like break energetically that I'm seeing, where I'm getting like one perspective of the relationship energetically and then like your perspective right now of the relationship, and I'm seeing them sort of butting heads with one another. Because as I said before, like up here in the top spread of this, you just like see this relationship between these people where it's like both of them are connected with one another, and there's like a lot of stuff that's happened, or just a lot of both people participating in this thing. And then over here it's like, but is it enough? Like something particular about the exchange, or about maybe like a new way that something is being integrated. Like maybe there's a new element that's being added now. Let's say even like this, like maybe you've been dating somebody and now you're going to like live together, okay? And now it's like, well, I know we're compatible in all of these ways, but now that we live together, like, are we compatible in that sort of way? It feels like something like that, like there's like something here changing, and I'm seeing you just so in your head, like thinking about all of these things about like how it can go, and is it going to go like this, is it going to be like that, and just like I'm seeing physically things aren't playing out yet, but I'm seeing mentally it's like I think that you've almost exhausted every way that this could play out at this point. Then to have 4 of Pentacles and 5 of Pentacles, this can be like holding back out of fear, like not making a move out of fear. Because I think you've like seen all of the different like possibilities of things. Cause it seems like something should be said at this point. Like when I say should, I mean I'm seeing an urge of some sort to like clarify something or bring something up or like have a conversation. I'm seeing there be an urge for communication. But I'm seeing there be also a resistance here to doing that. But it's fear-based. That's what is motivating you currently. Or if you're on the receiving end of this, where you know somebody wants to say something, that's what's holding them back currently. So yeah, I'm seeing like a bit of this person like being a bit timid here, rather than just going for it. But that's why I feel as well like the reminder of having this Knight of Wands here, it's like go for it, do it, like embrace that energy. Now's the time to tap into that like cardinal fire energy and move forward with this. Instead of just sitting around thinking about it. Because you can only get so far and you like really don't know what's going to happen. Like meaning as much as we can sort of infer or sort of like predict what's going to happen, you're not going to actually know what happens until it actually takes place. And so like actually now doing something about this needs to happen. That's where you are with things. Sometimes 5 of Pentacles can be this feeling of like feeling like we can't do something for some reason that we want to do. Or like the circumstances maybe aren't exactly how you want them to be to do this. I don't feel like it's you could be telling yourself it's a circumstantial thing, but I feel like it's more so fear about like what's going to happen in your relationship with this person. Just intuitively, imagery wise on the cards, like this 5 of Pentacles is like looking up at the Lovers, and so I feel like this is fear specifically having to do with like your dynamic with this person. And coming back to this thing of like seeing eye to eye with them, it's like, is that going to be like a match? Is that going to be compatible? Are you going to see eye to eye like when this sort of like comes into play here? You could be in a little bit of a pause space right now. But I was seeing the star too, so it's also about remaining hopeful about things is important. Even if there's like a lack of action. I'm getting confirmation of this. Do it. You're being guided to take action, okay? Specifically about this thing that's on your mind, and bring it up to this person, okay? All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm wishing everybody love, and I will catch you guys next time.